Okay, so it's gotten very, very, very dark down here. It's very difficult to see anything, really. Don't worry, this is intentional. That's lovely. Right. Which is very depressing, but then I can't say that dropping a lift down here was going to help matters. So, basically you need to make your way through this pretty much pitch black tunnel. Now, it is possible to do this without using the AR mode. Thankfully, you can pretty much see just about enough at the gamma settings that I'm on to be able to make progress. Also, you're able to spot the mastiffs because of the glowy light of their eye. And if you do happen to get noticed by them, then the whole place lights up, but it doesn't kind of notify the other mastiff that is hidden in the distance, so this is a much more lovely fight against a mastiff than you're probably going to get elsewhere. Also, I'm still in love with the pole arm, like seriously. It's just a thing of beauty when it gets going. I have no idea what moves I'm pulling off, but it works, and it's powerful, so that makes me happy. So if you get... I don't know whether I quite said it, but if you get through this entire thing without using the AR mode, then you will get a rather wonderful... how should I put it? You get an achievement, I think. Or a title, one of the two. I'm pretty sure it's an achievement. Obviously, if you want to make sure that you're definitely getting through successfully, using the AR mode is helpful. And for the purposes of doing a playthrough walkthrough, it's very useful because it's not so much fun looking at a black, well, nearly completely black screen for 5 or 6 minutes and not being able to tell what the hell is going on. So having that there is nice, but it really isn't that difficult to get through without using the AR mode. Because literally the things that you need to spot glow, and if you have your gamma, like the visual settings, if you have the gamma up slightly more than you probably should do, then you're going to be able to see your way through this very, very easily. To be perfectly honest, when I did Tomb Raider Legend, I probably should have had the gamma up an extra notch or so, because certain bits of that were very, very dark. More so than this. But I think that's because I have the gamma settings correct on this, whereas that one I kind of screwed up a little bit. Oh well. At least you're getting to see this in the same stunning high definition, if everything works correctly. Now, I haven't really shown off these guys before. In, I believe, every single level there is a humanoid dwarf gecko that you can fight. And basically, there is an achievement for killing all of them. It's a rather difficult task to do. I would not think that you would end up being successful on your first time through the game, basically because some of them are an absolute horror to unlock. I mean, in a few chapters' time, basically you've got to get to the end of a corridor without alerting any enemies, and then you need to somehow kill it, but you can't but that's difficult to do without alerting the enemies. That one there is probably one of the two easiest in the game. The other one is in the next chapter, and the reason that one's quite easy is because you've just got to shoot a rocket launcher at it a couple of times and you're sorted. Anyway, let's get out of this bloody pitch black underground tunnel thing. I want to see the light. And at last the fog has lifted. Oh, I see the light.
You will exit into an evacuated commercial district.
And it's like the sky is new, and it's warm and real and bright. I've just completely screwed up a song that I really like. Oh, God. I'd probably be better off if we just sang the bloody thing. Oh well. There's a running theme with this particular playthrough, if you haven't noticed. Going through lyrics without singing them. It shows you kind of how I don't quite remember some of these songs. I mean, pretty much everybody knows Rules of Nature, sir. That one's like a no-brainer for most people, and also the final boss theme. Pretty much most people know the main bit from the little chorus from that. And oh look, there's a grad all the way up here, and it's trying to kill us. And right now, as things stand, we can't hurt it. What we've got to do to be able to kill it is bring it down. And we're going to do that by cutting down some pillars. Now, this whole thing of cutting down the pillars is actually something that I believe was shown off when Rising was first announced. It was part of the whole cut anything mechanic. So it is quite cool that you can still do that. Because I know I've already gone through the whole kerfuffle of Rising's development, but it really surprises me that they didn't come to, oh, let's do a hack and slash type game sooner. I mean, I know kind of it's not exactly Kojima Productions type of game. They do kind of stealth shooters, really. Well, basically all they do. But it kind of feels like the right fit. Stealth just doesn't work with cutting up anything however the hell you want to. It's odd. Anyway. After that slightly long-winded thing to, oh, come on, let's move. There we go, got it. Now, you're going to have to fight here, and I mean that seriously. Purely because the health pickup for this chapter is in a box which is in this particular area. And obviously all the health you can get is very, very, very useful. But, I mean, I will point out that we are very close to the thing that makes this particular chapter so very interesting. And it is a very interesting thing to do, because it does start to make you question things a little bit. Just a wee bit. You'll see why shortly. Come on, dude with armor, just die already, please. I want to get my health pick up.
Head for the next objective marker.
Hurrah! There we go. So yeah, it's in this little box here. was actually probably the easiest endurance pickup that you can get, oddly enough. And yay, now we have to go upstairs and fight. And also, we now have to fight LQ-84 Fenrirs. They're basically like Blade Wolf, but not as good. Nowhere near as much health, and just generally not as powerful all around. Which is very nice, because I don't think I could cope with fighting 2 Blade Wolves and all these goons at exactly the same time. Also, I don't think I could listen to that much philosophy at once. Although, they do have that rather annoying plasma shot attack, which is annoying, but oh well, can't be helped. So, pretty much I believe we have encountered the majority of the enemy types in the game, which is depressing, to say the least. But then, we're actually already kind of at the halfway mark of the game, which, it just shows how short Metal Gear Rising is. It's really not that long, and I'm taking a slightly plodding pace through this. You can do it a hell of a lot quicker, and with a hell of a lot more finesse as well, but that's besides the point. Now, this is where this chapter starts to get interesting. Oh, look, it's Sammy boy. What have you got to say to us now?
Jetstream Sam. I heard of the land victory. Old habits die hard, Jack. But now here you are, the child soldier, fighting for the children. Please, what do you really expect to accomplish here?
Defeating you guys, evidently. The principle of the thing, Gates.
The first world looks away. No one gives a shit. Not the media, not the politicians, certainly not the average Joe. Too busy fretting for money, or sex, religion, fame.
Okay, I think he's done philosophizing for now, so, let's get into the middle and... Oh, look, he's gonna do more. Wonderful!
Gonna fix everything. Just you and your little sword there. Solve everything with violence. Is that it?
My sword is a means to an end, to protect those you'd prey on.
Really? Let me ask you. All those cyborgs you've killed up to now, maybe they weren't kids, but they were people. You ever think about them? When you're chopping them into hamburger?
They're adults. They made their choice.
Sure they're adults. Sure they signed up for this. Right on the dotted line of their BMC contract. Usually they're no strangers to war. In fact, many times they already lost a limb or two. Many times they were out of work and starving on the street. So yes, they sign up for surgery to fight God knows where.
I have to say this is a very, very elaborate setup, just to mess with Raiden here.
Pumped full of fear-inhibiting nanomachines and sent right into the blender. Your blender? But they made their choice, right? Open your eye and see, Raiden.
I've seen plenty.
Then listen. Those battlefield emotions that the nanos suppress. Listen to them.
What are you talking about?
Sam really is a smug git. Like, seriously. Really wants to make you punch him in the face.
The way he killed all the others? Oh God. Please God, don't let me die.
Let's do this!
So, yeah.
This isn't fair.
This is what's potentially going on inside the heads of these guys as they try to kill us. And as we kill them. It's very depressing.
Goddamn IED took my leg. I needed a job. I didn't know what I was signing up
And it's interesting because obviously this brings up the fact that in hack and slash games in general, and in the majority of games really, you just have massive kill counts and just people dead in your wake. It really is. Enemies are being thrown into your blender. And this does begin to make you think about what exactly you're doing. Although, coming hot on the heels of that, you then had to actually fight them and merge them in your blender. So, it kind of ruins the moment, if you ask me, as is me blabbering on here. But it's probably one criticism that should be levelled at Rising, is that it brings up this very interesting point, but then it kind of undermines itself immediately after it's brought up. And as you're going to see in the next part, it's going to undermine itself even more so. So it's difficult to see where to go from here. It's a very interesting approach to take, and I really do appreciate it being here. Although it does display the slight pretentiousness that I do seem to have taken away as a bit of a convention of the Metal Gear series. But yeah.
Opposed to AIs? You're all the same, huh? You and your brothers. Manipulating mankind for our own good.
It appears my statement has upset you. I apologize.
No, it's... I know you're right.
Kind of depressing, really.
We adapt as we learn, just as any intellect.
Oh look, it's raining. A lovely bit of pathetic fallacy there. Raiden's depressed, therefore it is raining.
I guess that's a relief.
All we need next is a bit of thunder, and it's going to show his tormented soul being in a state of confusion and flux.
Together on 3 previous missions, he proved most capable.
High praise.
Highly of him.
I have always found him
Capable.
dependable.
That's a bit higher than capable, but oh well.
The next area.
Yes. Let's have a look, and then it's time to move forward, because the boss is coming up very, very soon. Oh dear.